Hey folks, today is Ash Wednesday, and as a therapist, it is one of my favorite days because I think there is such profound psychology behind our Catholic faith and our faith traditions. So why do we start with Ash Wednesday and have this whole period of Lent? So I'm going to give you an analogy. We're all wounded by original sin. All right, the sin of Adam and Eve left us all wounded in our human nature. Think of this as an analogy. Imagine if you had a perfect, pristine wall and somebody drove a nail into it. Now, they weren't supposed to. Jesus, by his suffering on the cross, pulled the nail out of the wall. But that wall has been left damaged. And sometimes it's more damaged, in each of us and in different ways. For some, it may have left a crack. Some, it may have left lots of cracks or a very deep hole. And the whole of the Christian life is trying to fill that in with the graces and merits of Christ's suffering on the cross through prayer and penance and good works. So that's what we really focus on during Lent. So think about Ash Wednesday and the good psychology behind it. Let's first look at the 7 deadly sins. And this is how most of us are wounded. And we each have more of a predominant fault or two out of the 7. So the 7 deadly sins are these: pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth, which is laziness. So think about what we do on Ash Wednesday and the great psychology behind it. We go and receive ashes. So that's going to humble our pride because people are going to look at us. And what does the priest say when he puts the ashes on our head? Remember, man, you are dust, and to dust you shall return. So we're going against pride right off the bat. We're also fasting that day. So we're fighting against gluttony, and we're fighting against lust, all right? We're taming our body. We're abstaining from meat. We're making a sacrifice. So again, going against gluttony and lust and those sins of the flesh that afflict us so badly. The other thing we do is we pray, all right? And we do good works. Now, when we're praying, we should be praying for our enemies, right? So that's going to counter wrath. Sloth. Now, if that's something that you struggle with laziness, maybe a good penance for Lent is to set your alarm, get to daily mass. Get out and do something or something that you tend to procrastinate. So instead of maybe giving up chocolate, what you want to do is a more active Lent and saying, okay, I need to really work against this. So the goal for Ash Wednesday and for Lent is to dive deeper into that mystery of Christ's redemptive suffering on the cross, to participate in it, to work against those 7 sins, though, particularly our most prominent sins, to really counter them. And then we work toward the glory of Easter. And this is my favorite time of year as we move toward the whole redemptive story of Christ's suffering, but the glory, all right? Because we're an Easter people. We live the resurrection every day and at every Mass that we go to. So it's really important. And again, the psychology of our Catholic faith is amazing, all right? We've had great thinkers like Aquinas and Augustine and all the church fathers that have really thought through so many different things. So I love the field of psychology. That's where I've spent the last 30 years. But without really grounding it in a good anthropology of the human person that the Catholic faith offers, kind of is lacking. So as we start off Lent this year, really try to make an effort to start looking at what are my predominant sins. What are my tendencies that I want to work against? Because you want to overcome them and you want to really experience more emotional and psychological freedom when Easter rolls around. So that's my advice. I wish you a holy and fruitful Lent. Be sure to like and share this video and please hit the subscribe button. God bless you.